Okay guys, so I'm going to point out a couple things to you because I do teach a reloading class as well, but in general just to let people know. This is an automated 650 Dillon, obviously. This rod right here is very important for timing. It's now the updated aftermarket. So right here is very important because this lets you set the impact point right here, which allows this to move back and forth. Back's not such a big deal. Forward is, because otherwise your case is not going to load into your case right here. And pardon me for forgetting what that is, the shell plate. And if it doesn't index in the shell plate, in my case I'm running just a decapper here. If it doesn't index the shell plate properly, when it goes up it's just going to jam. Okay. Fortunately, this is an Apex system, so you can set that tension, or I should say you should set the step motor, and it'll tell you if it jams, and it won't just crush the brass like some of the other systems out there. The other thing very important is this ring indexer. I can't tell you how many of these I've bought over the years. They get expensive. They're around $16 or $18 a piece, I believe. This one isn't cheap. It's aluminum. It's $60. But if you get this one, you will not have a problem as long as you have the index corrected. And the other thing you have to do is when the brass comes out, get a better shot here, okay? This, right, I'm using the bearing pin underneath the shell plate. When the brass comes around and ejects at that last second there, if it jams, the problem is it won't allow the indexer to move properly, and then it'll snap the ring, the plastic ring I should say. This also allows you some adjustment right here, okay? So you can set the timing of this by moving this backward and forward so that it comes down and it winds up exactly where it needs to be. Very important. The other important thing, as you can see, this one's rather old, this Dillon. Probably got about 15, 20 years on it maybe. And I can talk about that some other time, but make certain you use these grease fittings and you lube everything you can manually. It's very important, and don't let things get dirty. I know that this is a hard chrome piece of steel here, but it will get galled and it will get scratched and then it will jam, and that won't help you at all. So I do not have this press running. All I do is process on here. I do not load on here. I can tell you, if you want to load on here, you're going to have a lot of issues. You're going to have to work them out because it's not really designed to do a lot. It's designed to be pulled by hand. It does not want to be automated. But if you just want to process brass, and this is the slowest possible, this is supposed to be processing 900 rounds per hour. I have it slowed down right now, okay, to where it's not even doing that much, okay. Sorry, monitor. Okay, it's doing 486, which is half speed. That's why it's moving so slow. If you move it faster, some of these plastic parts do not hold up very well, and they will break, and you will be fixing this more often than you want to. So keep that in mind as you're doing these things. This 650, I don't have a 750 to show you, but the older 650s, you could pick them up. They're not too expensive. You can get a Apex automation system for it, and just set it up and just go and do your processing. Decapping, trimming. There's a die in here that's carbide, so resizes as well. That's why there's only 2 dies here. I've decapped it, I've trimmed it, I've resized it, and it spits it out the other end. It just has oil on it. Throw it in a tumbler, however you want to process that. I'll put a video later, but that's all that is to that, okay? Thanks a lot, guys.